Please subscribe and you can download this code from description below. Title: Troubleshooting Python 3 Azure CLI AZ Login Failures. Introduction. The Azure Command-Line Interface, Azure CLI, is a powerful tool that allows you to manage your Azure resources from the command line. To use Azure CLI with Python 3, you'll need to have Python 3 installed and configured properly. However, sometimes you may encounter issues when trying to log into Azure using AZ Login. In this tutorial, we will explore common reasons for AZ Login failures in Python 3 and provide solutions to resolve them. Prerequisites. Common reasons for AZ Login failures in Python 3. Missing or outdated Azure CLI. The first thing to check is whether the Azure CLI is installed and up to date. Run the following command to update the Azure CLI. Python3 Compatibility. Ensure that you're using Python 3 to run the AZ login command. You can check your Python version with. If it's not Python 3, you might need to specify the Python 3 executable explicitly. Azure CLI configuration. Sometimes, Azure CLI may not be properly configured. Ensure that you have already run AZ configure to set up your CLI. Invalid credentials. If you are using Service Principal or Managed Identity, ensure the credentials are correct. Double-check your client ID, client secret, or other authentication details. Network issues. Network issues can prevent the CLI from connecting to Azure. Ensure you have a stable internet connection and that Azure services are accessible from your location. Firewall and proxy settings. Check if your firewall or proxy settings are blocking the Azure CLI from reaching Azure endpoints. Make sure that the necessary ports and endpoints are whitelisted. Azure CLI extensions. Sometimes, issues may arise due to specific Azure CLI extensions. Disable or uninstall any extensions that might be causing conflicts. To disable an extension. Credentials cache. The Azure CLI caches credentials. If you've made changes to your Azure account, try clearing the cache. Solutions. Here are some steps to resolve the issues mentioned above. Conclusion. AZ login failures in Python 3 can be caused by various issues, but they are usually straightforward to resolve. By following the steps and solutions outlined in this tutorial, you should be able to troubleshoot and fix any issues that prevent you from logging into Azure using the Azure CLI in a Python 3 environment. If you encounter a specific error message during the login process, consult the Azure CLI documentation or seek help from Azure support for more tailored assistance. ChatGPT.